let's move to an industry where blended working may not be a choice in the near future. I'm talking about healthcare, which is now at the forefront of this battle. Of course, manufacturing also included. And we have two very senior colleagues, Kumar and Manoj from that industry. So, in this context, in your view, first Kumar and then Manoj, how do you think leaders should create a deep sense of employee well being and mental wellness? Now, you have a unique situation in the sense where making sure 100% staffing is available at all times is a big challenge. So, your views, please, first. First, Kumar, and then followed by Manoj.
Sorry. Thanks, Harsha. Thanks for that. And thanks for giving me one step ahead of Manoj because he comes from a much larger hospital. I was just worried that he may take the thunder from me. Thanks for that. Sorry, Manoj. Sometimes
No
it
worries.
happens. And okay, I will possibly see different panelists are talking about the new norms and things like that. I may have to sound slightly different, say that our life continues. Yes, but there were some changes which happened because of this pandemic, which has hit us now. I mean, few days back, I'm sure all of you would have gone through, it was in LinkedIn, a speech by Sundar Pichai, who was addressing the batch passing out in 2020. He was referring 100 years back when the batch passed out, there was a big pandemic at that point of time. He was referring to one more year when they passed out, the Vietnam War was happening, so all the graduates had to go out. So he said, this also will pass. It was a very interesting address. Why I'm saying it, our industry, probably, I mean, I was not there in the healthcare when the AIDS became very, very pronounced and a lot of hospitals were taking huge amount of precaution. If you recollect those days, everybody was scared of a needle. Then subsequently, we had SARS or Ebola or Nipah, and now the latest avatar is that of this COVID. Now, but my industry, see, the one part is the maternity business, which is motherhood. The other part is the IVF Nova. It is, in the sense, things cannot be postponed. The maternity a lady has to go through the full cycle. She cannot delay it. It's not an elective for her. Similarly, in IVF, once the cycle starts, it has to be completed. So here, when suddenly the situation became huge, for us, the choice was very clear. We have to keep it open. The customers will be expecting us. So even though the healthcare industry has faced such challenges in the past, for the set of people who are here, see that the industry incidentally has got a very young workforce. My average age of employees in both the setups will be, say, less than 30. And for them, possibly this is the first time they are facing something like that. So what we did, we ensured that the employees were communicated and sort of over-communicated to ensure that, guys, listen, it's the hospitals or the centers are functioning and we have our customers and we cannot let them down at this point of time. There is huge WhatsApp messages and I must admit here that the people rallied really behind us to say that yes, because all these nurses or the other paramedical forces or even the customer care colleagues whom I have seen these people coming multiple times and they have developed a relationship. But at the same time, we were sure of one thing. I don't want my employee to come to the hospital just because I'm calling or because there is something called a salary attached to it. So we were very clear. The message what we sent to the employee was very clear. Listen, guys, we will ensure that your health is taken care. We will ensure that the entire place is spick and span and fully sanitized, that neither you nor the people at home face anything. So that's the first message what we gave. And the second one, when they finally came, I mean, we did arrange vehicles to pick them up because the transport was totally stopped. And when they came, we had a team, a housekeeping team, which very clearly was given the task, ensure that round the clock, it not only is clean, people see that it is kept clean. And the next aspect of in the entire, I think it was a major OD exercise. That's how I will look at it. May not fit into the definitions. The guys who were there in the hospital first were my leaders. All of them were there in the front saying that, listen, if you are there, I am also there. And if anything happens to you, it can happen to me also. And the last message to the employee was very clear. Guys, you are, at the end of the day, safety is not something we are creating only for you. You are the person. You will ensure it is safe, because my customers' expectation is not changing because of COVID or anything for that matter. They expect their best service, my motherhood, or Nova is known for, and that can be given only by a reassured employee. This is what we did. So this entire cycle, of course, we didn't have much of a time in doing this, but by the time the employee came to the front and was ready to face the customer, the person was fully reassured that, listen, my needs are taken care and my company is standing behind me. And we will give the best. Don't worry, customer. More than the verbal message, what physical message my employees gave to the customers, I think that stood us in good stead. Because remember, during this period, most of the small nursing homes had closed down. And for an expectant mother, every minute is precious. And she needed that facility whenever she wanted it. And we gave it. And the employees gave it. It's because of the efforts what we made. For us, the bigger concern is the people who are my warriors who are standing in the front. We do have an office. We obviously, I don't think I can add anything more than what the other panels have said. We have taken our steps to ensure that the safety is maintained. One thing I'd like to add, all my HR colleagues in Nova, every one of them, during this period, you not only ensured they stood next to the employees, every one of them used the time, and all of them got minimum 2 certifications in an HR subject. That is something which I add on. I'm very proud about it. Thank you.